Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Karen demands that we let her through a fatal crime scene. Okay, so I'll start this by saying this story is from 5 years ago, and my therapist mentioned it in passing, as it was something I had spoken with her about it years ago regarding my PTSD. I figured it's finally time to post this gem of a woman's story. It's around 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, and I'm sitting at home just getting ready to go to bed. I'm an on-call tow truck operator, and figured I'll be going out early the next morning. Right as my head hit the pillow, my Nextel-style two-way radio chirped, and a dispatcher goes, "Hey OP, are you still awake?" "Yeah, I'm up." "Good. We've got a one-car accident in the next town over. PD wants it expedited, so please hurry, but be safe." 10-4, I'm out the door. After a roughly 20-minute drive, I'm headed out of this small town looking for the accident, and I see it, the coroner, and forensics vans parked in the road amongst a dozen squad cars. A typical one-car accident has one officer sitting with it for paperwork reasons, with the tow operator. Obviously, I now know things just got a lot darker than I had originally been told. Sparing the gory details, what had happened was 6 kids between 17 and 20 had been in an SUV while driving drunk, and only the driver had a seatbelt on. The vehicle swerved off the road, and the driver went to correct. However, 1, he overcorrected, and 2, the road on that side had about an 8-inch lip, which made it extremely rough of a transition to pull the vehicle back on the road. As it came back on the road, the driver fishtailed, trying to correct back in the other direction, and again, overcorrecting. This sent the vehicle rolling down the road, in and out of the 4-foot drainage ditch next to the road. All 5 passengers were ejected and died on the scene. One of the passengers was trapped under the SUV that came to a rest in the drainage ditch on its roof. The other passengers were strewn across the roadway with sheets over them. I set up my Peterbilt rowback at a 70-degree angle across this 2-lane road and start to work with the forensics / the coroner to remove the vehicle from the ditch, as well as preserve as much evidence as possible. No sooner than I get this winch tight on my truck do I hear frantic beeping of a car horn. I turn around, and directly behind me is a woman who looks to be in her early 40s, who is now just holding the horn down, letting it blare non-stop as she's yelling out of her window. I ignore her and turn around to go back to this delicate job I'm in the middle of, wondering how Karen had even gotten past the police roadblock that was roughly a third of a mile up the road at the nearest intersection to keep traffic out of the area. As I'm slowly maneuvering this 8,000-pound vehicle from the roof onto its side, the honking stops. Maybe 8 seconds later, I feel a hand grab my shoulder and attempt to spin me around. I'm 6'3", 280 pounds, so there is absolutely no way this 40-something 5'4"-ish, 160-pound woman is achieving this goal. I let out a sigh as I stopped winching on the vehicle and looked at the sky with my eyes asking every god I can think of for the strength to not headbutt this bitch. I turn around and attempt to say, "Ma'am, the road is closed due to a fatal accident." "I don't care what you have to say. Just get out of my way. I'm late." "Listen, bitch, 5 people just fucking died here, and there is absolutely no way anyone is driving down this road for hours. I suggest turning around and driving back through the police roadblock you somehow got around. Now!" "Excuse me? I live right there, and I have to use this road to get to where I'm going. You will move your truck now, or I'm calling the police." By this time, the forensics crew has heard all the yelling over the loudness of my truck, and the PTO engaged and walked over. Forensics crews do not dress like police, especially in the middle of the night on the weekends. They're dressed in plain clothes, but carrying a badge on them, and they'll put on a hazmat suit if needed. None were needed on this scene, just gloves and such. "Which one of you is the manager? This man won't move his goddamn truck and let me through, so I'm calling the police. Ma'am, I am the police, and I don't want to hear any more goddamn excuses. Move the fucking truck now. You dumb bitch. Do your 2 remaining brain cells constantly compete for 3rd place? Ma'am, if you don't get in your car and leave this crime scene now, you will be arrested. Just as the FO finished saying this, a squad car came screeching down the road from the same direction Karen came from and stopped behind her vehicle. The officer hopped out of his car, and the very first words he said were Karen's Miranda rights. Karen screamed, kicked, swore that everyone else should be arrested, and even tried to spit on me, which caused her to catch a tampering with evidence charge as we were on an active crime scene. By the time it was all done, her other charges were obstruction, assault on an officer, misuse of 911, interfering with an investigation, and she took a deal that netted her 18 weekends in the county jail. And I did tow her car as well. Monday morning, I met her husband, and he couldn't have been more embarrassed as he apologized over and over as he paid me, and then inspected the vehicle and signed off that we didn't damage it. The impound cost roughly $600 as it was police initiated, and after hours and storage. Do your 2 remaining brain cells constantly compete for 3rd place? Had me deceased. I can't believe I've never heard that one before, and I'm definitely stealing that. This OP is honestly my hero. When Karens get the sassy clapback they deserve, it just appeases my petty soul. As the Redditors say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and I'm glad Karen got her well-deserved comeuppance and karma. I'd like to hope she learned some sort of lesson, but I doubt it, because these people that have this new term I've learned recently called main character syndrome have 0 conscience, and this is their world and we're all just simply living in it. It's really sad. Can someone please create a new planet in which, in order to enter, you need to go through thorough empathy, humility, and IQ testing in order to live on it? Peaceful. We can only dream. Anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this Entitled People story. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I truly appreciate when you do. I hope you all have a fun New Year's Eve, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye! Hi, Luna. You want to say Happy New Year?